Alrighty. What's going on there, folks? It's the Powder Keg Pack Rips. I know what is going on, everybody. As the title of the video here does say, we are doing another hunt. Um, Again, just because this week, still kind of want to give you guys a little bit of time just to recover from the New Year's Day break. That was a large break there, so I wasn't really in any rush to try to get like things together to try to do more breaks. So it's still possible maybe for the weekend we may look at setting some up possibly then maybe something cheap. But again, that's not set in stone. But hopefully though next week again, I just got the checklist for Allure. The checklist just came in. So we're going to kind of look at that and see if we can maybe get a case of Allure going. So that would be probably for next week. And then obviously, as I said earlier in the day in the break room, hopefully, like I said, probably like the week or so after Allure, if we break Allure, hopefully the week after that, we'll be looking at, excuse me, getting a case of some more 24, 25, excuse me, hiccups, 24, 25 SP Authentic. So always get them at the worst times. But anyways, so yeah, so that's what's going on with some of the breaks and stuff right now. We'll be looking at like I said doing that here like I said next week and like I said the following week. So we'll have some breaks kind of planned for then. But point being is like I said, this week wasn't a really big deal, at least for me to try to put breaks out. So I figure at the very least, go ahead and do some fun things like some hunts and things like that. Again, obviously, as you can see here, we are going back to the extended well, if you will. So we're gonna go back to that, and like I said, so today, obviously, we're just going back to the tried and true Fantilli Young Gun canvas is pretty much that's the main hunt, if you will. Obviously, we're just hunting for anything hopefully big we're maybe able to maybe see tonight. Again, whatever it may be. But the ultimate prize tonight is the again we're looking for a Fantilli Young Gun canvas. Have not even pulled a singular one in a break for personals for it. So again, I would love to add that to my PC. Again, I'm a Blue Jackets guy, and I do collect a lot of Young Guns and things like that as well. From for other teams and things like that. So Young Guns are definitely a collection for me. So I definitely would love to add the Fantilli Young Gun to the old PC, if you will. So that's what we're aiming for tonight, obviously. But again, if we can hit anything of substance, that's a okay with me. So like I said tonight, we are sticking with the old tried and true 23-24 extended. So we'll see what happens. See what we get, right? So again, it's all for fun. This isn't like a serious break or anything like that. It's strictly just for fun, just to again have a little bit of you know. Sorry to hear that there, Rock Snowy, but um, anyways, but yeah, just have a little bit of fun when again it's just personal stuff, but why not make it just a little bit more interesting, I am also debating. I'm trying to figure out like kind of how I want to do it, but I'm also debating bringing back the old pack wars there with pops. I know you guys all. I know you guys all miss and love pops because I remember every time we used to do that, you guys would always put money on pops to win, and then I'd have to crush your guys' souls by just defeating him so soundly. No, it was a lot of fun doing that actually, and everyone's again. This I think that's just my big thing right now is I'm trying to find some fun, different things to be doing and stuff like that. I don't necessarily want to just kind of keep it, just strictly to like breaks and things like that. So again, that's why I started doing these hunt videos. I thought that'd be kind of, and it's been pretty fun so far. Again, I was definitely very surprised when I was able to actually have it right here. Again, in the very first hunt video, You know, we were hunting this guy and we were able to get a nice, not even, we were just actually looking for like the normal young gun canvas, but we ended up with the black and white, which is even better. So, I mean, it's been cool. I like it. I've been enjoying it so far. Hopefully, you guys been too. This is, I think, episode 4. Um, at least this is episode 4 tonight. So again, we're just doing some more Fantilli chasing, see what we get with that. See what happens. Some more 23-24 extended. But I got a whole bunch of like different ideas and stuff kind of ruminating up here just to like I said, just try some different things out, make things, and actually more or less I think it's for like the more or less the entertainment value actually more than anything else. But I got some ideas brewing in my head and kind of see where everything goes. 7 on the sticker, and then we got 70 on the box. All right. So again, this is just a personal box again. Like I said, because it's a personal, I'm probably going to kind of hold some of the stuff over to the end of the box. You know, why not? It's all just for fun. It's all just for entertainment purposes. So I don't know. But again, thank you guys as always for joining and hanging out. We actually have a young gun right here. So actually, I think it's the checklist, if I'm not mistaken. It is the checklist. Mr. Fantilli and Cooley. Quest UD canvas there. Let's see. Gotta get my bearings here real fast. Been a few days since I broke and ripped anything, so I'm a little rusty. Give me a second. But actually, I do enjoy just getting on here and ripping packs with you guys and getting a chance just to hang out again, share the hobby. See what we get. You never know. I mean, I got that. I'm kind of like Dar in the sense of like my luck's kind of like the blind squirrel, right? Like, oh, wow, I think we got a clear cut young gun. So it's an acetate, and that's looking like a young gun. So we might have a clear cut young gun in this box. So that'd be kind of cool if that's the case. So we're gonna set this off to the side. It's funny because like I always again I'm like such a breaker because like I want to keep everything on screen like just so you guys know I'm not messing with this. We get what we get. I am a little surprised to see a young gun clear cut though. I think that's what's nice though about extended is I do like how they kind of improved it over the last few the last few years of release. When it first came out, it was a bit of a train wreck that first year, but they definitely learned from it. They've made some pretty much needed improvements overall. I do like the addition of the acetates to the product. I don't think I've really hit a ton of those either. I've only maybe hit a couple, but got a young gun in here. Yeah, so we'll just go ahead and see what we get, I guess. Guess if it was like a special young gun, I may set it off the side like the clear cut. Oh, kind of went a little too high there, Chris. Might be a little bit of an odd. I guess not. Huh. Merculov there. Mr. Jack Hughes. This guy all sleeved up. Love to see a like a red outburst young gun come out of here. Acetate. I'm guessing it's probably like a Hockey Heroes or something. I guess it could always just be a base. Could always be a base. Oh, I forgot about these. Special Forces. Forgot about those. And then we got a Jamie Drysdale. Dazzler. Yeah, Mr. Savoy. Young Gun Retro there. So I'm just going to sleeve up everything. Most likely, again, there's stuff I'm going to be pulling out of these boxes. Like I said, they may not necessarily be either what I'm looking for, or again, they may not necessarily fit my PC, which again is totally fine. And if anything, that just means good things for you guys, because a lot of times, if I know you're a certain collector of somebody, if I know you, if that's like your team or something like that, then, most likely, I'll be sending something your way in like a future mail day. I've done that numerous times. Okay, put the Special Forces up there. I think I hit a Fantilli one of those. Special Forces. So we got 2 new flyers in that pack, Zegras and Drysdale. Yeah, they're definitely like they're whatever. I mean, they're kind of uncommon. They're not in every. They're not. There's probably get maybe a couple. I think every case. So again, they're not like super common hits. I like them. I like them. Let's see what we got up next. Payson Forrester. Edvinson right behind him. He's having a pretty good season with Detroit. Severson. Good old Severson. Got Devin Taves here. The old one diamond. Barzell, and then we got Huberdeau for the Flames. Probably sleeve that up for Nikki. She does like the Flames, and I do know she's a big Huberdeau fan. So again, I would venture to guess this will most likely wander its way into one of her future mail days from us here at the Keg. There you go. Very nice. Yep, she does love her. She does love her Flames. When she's not, making fun of my. She's not making fun of my pronunciations and things like that. I'm sorry. Okay, I get the names wrong. You don't need to take a drink of Pepsi every time I get up. That hurts. It hurts. Okay, I got feelings here, real feelings. You're hurting every one of them. Say that, but I don't think she's even watching, so she doesn't know. We got Mr. Hughes, Luke Hughes, Coronado. We got numbered ones of these. These are they got like red ones. I think they might even have a different color that's a lower number, but I know they got reds. Those are like at a 250. Savoy. See, I may actually save that clear cut for like the very end. Like just open the next box and just save it for the very end because you just never know. Even though it's I'm gonna open it. It's gonna be like it's gonna probably be a disappointment, but you just we'll have to wait and find out, I guess. We got a pink Dazzler. Haven't seen one of these in a little while. I always like the Dazzler. Again, it's just a basic insert, but it look really nice if you can actually, get the grouping together, get the rainbow, if you will. So let's see. We got Pink Dazzler for the Bolts. So this might be going to Big Daddy Rob. You never know. Victor Hedman. I know he's a Vazzy collector, but you never know. Mr. Victor Hedman here, Pink Dazzler. You got Casper and Malkin there. This bad boy all sleeved up. Oh, Mr. Hedman. Like I said, I always like the Dazzlers. I like series. For the most part, just because again, for the price point, hobby boxes are getting more expensive nowadays, and some of the hit rates and stuff in some of these products are pretty bad. And again, I've always been in the mindset that I'd much rather get 2 or 3 boxes of this, and increase the chances of maybe at least seeing something good, and then that way, and then you're not burning as big a hole through your wallets. Again, if you're going for like one of the bigger boys there, now don't get me wrong, I've always said that like I like the Ferrier. I do like opening things like Premier and Black Diamond and stuff, but those for me personally are like the those are just kind of the once in a blue moon. If I really feel like I've been like a good boy and I behave, then that's when I that's when I get those boxes. But I'm always cool with just opening like credentials and series and stuff like that. I've hit a lot of really good stuff out of those boxes, and yeah, that is looks like we got a silver outburst, but it looks like it's a base. We do got a young gun in here, so that's okay. We'll see what we got for the young gun. Tage Thompson. And for the old Washington Capitals, again, this will probably go into like someone like Graham, let's just say. TVR, Trevor Van Riemsdyk. We got Isaac Rosen. I think it's Rosen. The Sabres, young gun. Rosen. That is the one drawback I will say for opening extended than say compared to like Series 1 or Series 2 is obviously with the Series 1, Series 2, you're obviously guaranteed these 6 young guns per box, basically. And obviously with extended, they kind of changed the rules just a little bit. And I'm sure probably some of it's because I don't believe the young guns list is as deep on extended as it is for 1 and 2. And again, they also had those first round draft cards in there, which they kind of consider to be like young gun esque replacements. So, but it is a drawback to extended because normally you're not going to get the full 6 young guns in your box. But again, they're smart though. Again, holding stuff like the Celebrini young gun canvas and stuff over for extended. I mean, it helps. It gives the product some shelf life, no doubt. Again, they've made improvements for the product overall. Absolutely. I always like seeing that. Again, credentials is not now. I will say, like with 24-25 credentials, I wasn't as huge on the announcer autos. I think they should have made those a little more like shorter print. But I thought they've done a good job with again like products like credentials and making little improvements to series and things like that. I'm actually really interested to see what they do with. We got a deluxe base here, Tyler Pitlick. But I'm actually really interested to see what they do with ice because now they're going to be reconfiguring ice into a 1-pack product, which I think that's very long overdue, if you will, for ice. Because unfortunately, opening as much ice as I have, it's a lot of fluff. It's just a lot of unnecessary sort of just base inserts and things like that I don't think really people care too much about, anyways. So it's kind of nice they're going to be turned into a a one pack a box product. I definitely like to see the because I mean I think Ice actually has some of the nicer like patch autos and things like that. I think their designs are always very clean. Always put some really nice patches in those cards and stuff. So I mean I do like Ice. It's just 170 250 deluxe base. So I do like Ice. It's just I'm just glad they're kind of like cutting down some of the extra kind of noise out of the product. Makes sense. Like I said, I am going to wait to see what our clear cut is because there should be a clear cut Young Gun in there, but I'm going to set that aside, obviously. So I'm going to wait. We'll go ahead and jump into our second box here. 56 on the stick, 45 on the box. But like I said, I'm going to, especially now that Break Ninja, now that Break Ninja has posted the Allure checklist to their site, I will make a price list and everything like that. I'll get that ready, and hopefully Saturday I'll be able to post up a preview for everybody to check out. And again, we'll kind of decide if it's something we want to delve into. Again, I'm never really into forcing cases and products on people if it's not really something we want to do. But we'll see what happens. Again, I'm always interested in opening at least a case for most new products for the most part, just because again, just check it out, see if it's good. Um, it's one of those things where if the product does work out, we do like it, then that's good. And then we can kind of like we can always circle back and do more. Or again when the time comes around, we can always again just get more cases and things like that. But you just never know. Again, Allure is one of those products that we kind of talked about in the room that they've kind of nerfed it a little bit the last few years. Um, I mean, I was never really super huge on Allure myself, but I mean, there has been some nice cards and stuff to come out of it. I think every product's got those, got those hits that people like, or they're just good, whether or not they're that coveted. There's definitely some nice looking cards in each set. Every product's got those. So I mean, Allure is it's a fun product, but again, I'm a little disappointed they did kind of take some of the like I like the fact that they had patch autos in there. Now they don't. So um, got a center, a Crack, and Ryan Winterton, Steve Stamkos, canvas. But I'll let the group kind of decide. I'll post up a price preview. Like I said, Saturday we'll kind of everyone can kind of see what it would look like if we did get a case, and if everyone's interested, then again we'll go forward with it. I'll probably be getting our case hopefully this time through Triple Play once again. Kind of been wanting to talk to Ron a little bit about stuff like that. So hopefully I get a chance to talk to the man and see what we can do about at least a case of Allure. Again, if we want to, but I do have I was able to like I said, kind of secure one more case of SP Authentic 2425 SP Authentic for the price it was originally quoted to me for, and that was a number of weeks ago. So I was definitely happy about that. So again, like once we get through Allure, obviously we will be we'll be breaking another master case of 2425 SP Authentic. So there you go, Snowy. That's your chance. It's the final time. I'll try hard. If you get the Sharks, I will do the best I can. This could be a first round draft clear cut, but looks like a base. We'll have to wait and see. But again, I was able to secure the case for a much better price, and that's always my My big deal is if I can get things at a really good price, if I can get cases and if I get good deals on stuff, I want to buy it because then I can obviously give you guys much better prices, much better team rates and things like that. I can kind of work with you guys a little bit more on stuff like that. So it is one of those things where it's hard to pass. I know we've broke. I mean, we've broke 6 cases of it already. 6 cases of that. Um, and like I would love to break another one and see what happens with it. No, just a normal clear cut. Interesting. Ilya Labushkin. So again, we will have more 24-25 SP authentic on the docket. That will be they'll be coming up here another I said if we do a lore, that'll be next week, and then obviously, the following week or whatever, we'll set that up. But again, looking forward to that. SP Authentics, popular product for very good reason. Done actually very well with it. 6 cases. That's a lot of SP Authentic, at least for my terms. I'm just a little guy. I'm just the small guy, and I'm not the one of the big boy breakers that are breaking 5 cases a day. It's just little old me. Oh, there you go. I guess that's not too bad. Dart first round drafts, probably worth a couple bucks. So we'll sleeve that up. But yeah, it's always hard for me because when I get good prices for product and stuff, it's hard to pass it up because, um, especially if I know, like, again, David Adams is kind of the measuring stick, if you will. That's what I'm looking for. So, if I'm looking at their prices and I'm looking at the price I'm getting offered for a similar product, and it's less than, I want to jump on that. Especially when it's a popular product. Say if it was like Premiere or something, obviously I've gotten lucky on a few cases of Premiere and things like that. Um, it's hard to turn that down. It really is. Get the right deal, especially for again like product like that. You always got to kind of jump on it. And I think when the opportunity presents itself, Forrester, Couturier. Because I'm really not interested in paying like tippy top dollar in products for I mean, if it's one of those things where it kind of has to be like, because obviously some products just come out high and that's just what it is. But I mean, if I can kind of avoid that, I would kind of much prefer to keep it that way. Got the bread man here, Hockey Heroes, Mr. Ryan O'Reilly. Ovechkin right after that. Gotta open a new pack of tap loaders. But again, that's what I do like about doing these hunt videos. Is it's one of those things where even if I don't, um, even if I don't get what I'm looking for, and that's fine. Just next episode, break some more, keep looking. It's not really like a big deal. It's not really a big deal, obviously, if you don't. Again, you never know. You might be able to at least at the very least, you might be able to, maybe pull something else just as good, which is always the hope. I mean, if we can at least slay one monster, I'm all right with that. Whether or not it's the monster we're looking for. Got a young gun in this one. Pasternak. McDavid. We got a defenseman. Riker Evans for the Kraken. But, yeah, I am just I'm just a small timer here, folks. But I think we've come a long way though from our first break that we've done till this point. You know, and I think for me it's a little more of the on the baby steps and stuff. Obviously, we're not doing leaps and bounds here, but you know we're slowly, I think, moving things along and changing some stuff up and kind of maybe making some improvements here and there. And same thing with the live feed. You know, I think right now everyone's kind of digging our new setup. But it is something, the more I get used to it, the more I kind of get more comfortable with it. You know, I like to hopefully add some different things. Again, I want to get to the point where I can add the teams list and stuff on there so you guys can see teams and stay, stuff like that. So, well, we got a Young Gun canvas maybe. So we're gonna set this off the side, and I think that's a Young Gun canvas, I believe. I'll have to wait and see if it's the one we're hunting for. Got another Young Gun. Yeah, I mean this program that we're running on is a bit of an expense, if you will, but I'm okay with it. Just because, again, I think it does help kind of just the overall layout and the breaks and things like that. I like actually having the camera on me a little bit. It's something I'll have to get used to, obviously, because I'm not used to having a camera on me and kind of having to talk into this and that. But again, it's all process. It's all just getting used to it and just get more comfortable with it and expanding on it, improving it. You got a D-man. We got Ryan Johnson for the Sabres. Good old Ryan Johnson. Come on. Alrighty. Take the darn down. 4 more packs and we'll see what our again, hopefully one's at least a Young Gun canvas and then the clear cut Young Gun as well. So hopefully we'll have something decent along those lines there. Oh, that's kind of cool there. Ovechkin All-Star photo variant here. I'm always good for those like obscure hits like that. I think I hit a McDavid penalty box one in the one box I opened, the penalty box variant. That's cool. And again, hey, it's Ovechkin too, right? Nothing wrong with that. We got Jack Hughes. We got Mackie Samoskevich for the Panthers. Samoskevich. Yep. There was a point in time. Walk with me, folks. We're gonna go back in time a little bit. This is probably like early, like when we were like in our probably within our first 10 breaks or so. Obviously, that's what we started with. Honestly, I think that's why I still have a bit of love for series because series is what I started breaking with basically. And there was a point in time there early on in our breaks with our series product. We were getting a lot of those day with the cups. I mean, and not even just like in the breaks. I mean, just even personally. I mean, I was getting them like it was crazy. They were just like all the time. But it's funny how that works, right? Like sometimes you'll just have like this these hits that kind of follow you around, like no matter what you do. Just interesting how that works, you know. Quite the mix there, if you will. I always find it interesting because I get stuff from like everywhere. And I always just find it crazy because like you order two cases from like two completely different states, and like you'll still get like the same hits out of the case. So what's that about? The 3-star Sorokin. We got Zach Benson for the Sabres. And then we got Blake Wheeler, the Rangers. Forgot he got traded. Let's see. We got a young gun in here. Of course, we got a outburst, but it's not the young gun, unfortunately. Matthew Tkachuk. And then we got Mr. Daniel Sprong here. Silver outburst. We got a goalie young gun. Callie Klang. The Ducks. Mr. Callie Klang. Fortunately, not the biggest crop of young guns there, but hopefully the canvas and the clear cut, again, hopefully will make up for that. Have to wait and see. Old silver outburst. Last pack. That's it's like thick though. Well, it's population count. Weird. Wonder why it seems like so much thicker there. So I was like, that's not like an acetate, is it? No, it's not an acetate, but at least not an acetate young gun. We got a population count. Let's see what we got for the population count. Ooh, it's green. Greens, I think, might be out of 100. And it is out of 100. So let's see. Let's see a good player here. A good view of it. Going to the Maple Leafs here. Johnny T. Population count out of 100. We got Nick Suzuki. Hey, and there we go. We got a Connor Bedard retro young gun. So that's not too bad. If only that was like a exclusive, young gun retro, that'd been a little bit different, but we're not going to complain. Again, this is all just for fun. Like I said, this is just something I wanted to do. These hunt videos, just more or less, again, for the entertainment value. You can watch me, fruitlessly struggle here against all odds. I am just fighting against all odds here. But I always appreciate it, like I said, when you guys hang out and just check it out and be a part of it. I got the little scroll bar down there. Just try to put my my ats and my hookups there. If anyone again that's watching this that aren't part of the rooms, again, we got obviously several places. You can DM me let me know. I'll definitely get you pointed in the right direction if you so desire. Alrighty. Take the old victory rip. Hopefully it's a victory rip. Let's see what we got. So we're going to slide these bad boys right on here. This one obviously is our clear cut Young Gun. And this one should be our, what I believe should be a Young Gun canvas. So we're going to start with the canvas first. Obviously, we're going to peel back the layers. Dustin Wolf. Set that right there, and then we'll just get rid of that silly old base. Come on, Columbus. Let's see it. Let's see it, folks. Unfortunately, nope. Going for the Pittsburgh Penguins, Ryan Shea. So close. So close. Just a little 2 hours away from the right mark, but Ryan Shea. So unfortunately, we didn't get our big prize, if you will. But there's still more hunting to do, folks. We still will have more. We'll still have more hunts to come. Looking for the elusive Fantilli Young Gun canvas, because again, like I said, for the life of me, it's crazy how much I've opened to this stuff, and I haven't even hit just a singular, not even in a break, you know. So I don't believe I have. I don't think I have. I've pulled a couple Bedards. I mean, that not including the black and white there. Alrighty. All right, the moment of truth has arrived. It is an acetate Young Gun. Let's take a look at the position. Just say center. It's not a center. It looks like a left wing. So that kind of sucks. So no Fantilli, unfortunately. And unfortunately, it is Angus Crookshank. We got Crookshanked super hard, folks. Wah, wah, wah. So definitely a little disappointing on that one. But I'm sure this will probably end up in like Mike's package or something like that. I know he's an Ottawa fan, so I'm sure he'll probably appreciate that hit a little bit more than I will. Again, like I said, a little disappointed on that one, but it's okay. And we'll still have more hunts to go. Let's see the Coronado there. So there you have it. Unfortunately, a not as a successful hunt as I was hoping for, but them the cards though, right? Them the cards. But there you go, everybody. I do appreciate it. Like I said, this week it's just more about doing stuff like this. I do think overall. Obviously, I will say, you know, obviously the weekend there's a possibility we could obviously set something up, you know, for like a cheap mix or something like that if we so desire. But again, like I said, at the very least, though, most likely, hopefully next week we'll see about looking into Allure And then the following week after that, we'll be looking into hopefully some more 24-25 SP Authentic, because we should have a few weeks off in between. Again, if the schedule holds true, because again, it's hard to tell with the hobby because the schedule and dates always change constantly. But if the schedule holds true, then we should have hopefully a couple weeks in between product drops from Allure. So I think the product after that, if I remember correctly, was supposed to be O-Pee-Chee, and that's just the paper O-Pee-Chee, not platinum. So those what look like going to be like the next products to be coming out. But we should have some time in between. We'll definitely try to slip a case of some SP Authentic in there, because again, that is a crowd favorite. I like opening it. You guys like it. Like I said, we've opened 6 cases of that already, so why not add a 7th one? This and that'll most likely be our last case, because this is kind of the last case I was able to more or less snag at the price I was getting it at. But like I said, it's just one of those things where it's hard to pass up a good deal, especially in the hobby. Products like that, if you get a good price on it, I normally recommend you jump on it because it's probably not going to stay that way for long. But yeah, so we got plenty of things going on. Obviously, I'll let you guys know what's going on more in the break room and things like that. Again, if you're not a part of it, again, like I said, I got all this stuff kind of scrolling here at the bottom, ads and stuff like that, ways you can find me. Again, if you're not on Twitter or something like that, got the Discord and Instagram and stuff like that. So again, just message me, DM me. I will get you guys going in the right direction always. Again, would love to have more folks hop in. Again, I'm just like I said, I'm just a little guy, but I really do. I think I think I run a pretty good ship for the most part. I don't. I think everybody. I don't. Everybody's gotten their stuff. I don't play the games and things like that. I like when I can hit big things for folks, and I like it even better when they get in the mail. It's all in one piece, and they're excited for it. So, but again, you don't get to, and I've said that before. You don't get to, I've done probably close to, at least it's getting probably close to about 300 breaks now, and you don't get to that many breaks by doing stupid bullshit, and again, being a cuck and screwing people over. Um, I try to have at least I have as much respect for you guys as I possibly, like I said, can. Yeah, so again, to anyone that's new and if they're not a part of it, and you're looking for a good, solid group of folks to be opening cards and talking cards and just everything else, definitely let me know. I'll add anyone that's interested. I'll get you going in the right direction. Again, love to have you. We got like I said, some breaks and stuff planned here, so lots of fun things going on here at the keg always. But you guys are the ones that make it fun. Thank you guys so much. I do like having the camera on me. I can, yeah. So, all right, guys. Again, thank you so much. This was The Hunt. This was episode 4. Looking for episode 5 here. I'll probably do another one Friday or Saturday or something like that. We'll break another couple boxes and see if we can maybe finally land the monster we're hunting here. Do the best we can, I guess. But, all right, guys. Thank you so much. You guys have yourself a good night. Until next time, everybody. Bad a cake, pack rips. Have a good night.